physics, a wave is a disturbance that travels through space and time. Space is the boundless, three-dimensional extent in which objects and events occur and have relative position and direction. Time is a part of the measuring system used to sequence events, to compare the duration of events and the intervals between them, and to quantify rates of change such as the motion of objects. Usually accompanied by the transfer of energy. Energy is an indirectly observed quantity. A wave can be described as a disturbance that travels through a medium from one location to another location. Transfer of energy by the regular vibration or oscillatory motion, either of some material, medium, or by the variation in magnitude of the field, vectors of an electromagnetic field. Many familiar phenomena are associated with energy transfer in the form of waves. With the development of the quantum theory, it was found that particles in motion also have certain wave properties, including an associated wavelength and frequency related to their momentum and energy. Thus, the study of waves and wave motion has applications throughout the entire range of the physical phenomena. A mechanical wave is a wave that is not capable of transmitting its energy through a vacuum. Mechanical waves require a medium in order to transport their energy from one location to another. A sound wave is an example of mechanical wave. Sound waves are incapable of traveling through a vacuum. A mechanical or material wave is a wave that needs a medium to travel. The oscillating material does not move far from its initial balance position, as only the energy is transferred by connected particles. Ocean wave and sound are examples of this phenomenon. A mechanical wave requires an initial energy input. Once this initial energy is added, the wave travels through the medium until all its energy is transferred. Electromagnetic waves require no medium but can still travel through one. Cymatics is the study of visible sound and vibration, a subset of modal phenomena. The term cymatics was coined by Dr. Hans Jenny. It is derived from the Greek word chyma or tachymatica, meaning matters pertaining to waves. Hans Jenny was a physician and natural scientist who is considered the father of cymatics. Jenny was born in Basel, Switzerland.
Go!
Sound is a mechanical wave that is on oscillation of pressure transmitted through a solid, liquid, or gas composed of frequencies with the range of hearing and at a level sufficiently strong to be heard, or the sensation stimulating organ or hearing by such vibrations. Sound is a longitudinal wave that travels through material media by alternatively forcing the molecules of the medium closer together, then spreading them apart. Light and other form of electromagnetic radiation travels through space as transverse waves. The displacement at right angle to the direction of the waves are the field intensity vectors rather than motion of the material particles of some medium.
9 facts about cymatics. First, cymatics turns out into a visible pattern that is often geometric in nature. Second, cymatics may be the clue that proves sound is not a wave but a bubble. Third, cymatics is used to help the hearing impaired learn to speak clearly. In fact, a deaf student at the University of Edinburgh used cymatics to create a sound-based art show at his graduation. Fourth, cymatic symbols may have been embedded inside a chapel in Scotland in order to encode music secretly in the carved stone cubes lining the ceiling of the chapel. Fifth, cymatics actually shows the stillness within sound when applied to metal or membrane. However, when applied to water, cymatics reveals visual of the sound itself. 6. Cymatics is currently being used by researcher John Stuart Reid to record and decode the language of dolphins, including creating a dolphin alphabet. 7. Thematic plates were played with a violin bow for as Finnish Victorian audioset by Ernest Chladni, the father of acoustics, in the 17,000. 8. Thematics can make matter actually defy gravity. For example, if you tip a plate sideways with liquid or particles on it, the matter will fall downward. But if sound is applied to the plate, the liquid will climb back up the plate to keep its cymatic form in defiance of gravity. 9. Cymatics has been widely used by violin makers for years to help build better violins. By watching the shape of particles inside the violin, they can perfect their carving of the body. And last but not the least, 10. Cymatics can be used to see the geometric patterns of your voice at home using table saws and a simple device made out of 3 things you can get at the hardware store.
Sound wave properties and characteristics. Sound waves are often simplified to a description in terms of sinusoidal plane waves which are characterized by disc geometric properties. Frequency or its inverse, the period. Wavelength is the spatial period of the wave. Wave number is the proportional to reciprocal of the wavelength. Amplitude is the magnitude of change in oscillating variable. Sound pressure or acoustic pressure is the local pressure deviation from the ambient. Speed of sound is the distance traveled during a unit time by a sound wave, propagating through an elastic medium. Sound intensity is a measure of the energy flux average over the period of the wave. Direction is the information contained the relative position of one point with respect to another point without the distance information. Sometimes speed and direction are combined a velocity vector. Wave number and direction are combined as a wave vector. Transverse waves are also known as shear waves, have the additional property polarization and are not characteristic of sound waves. Any quantity or body is in a state of oscillation when its value or motion is continually changing so that it passes through maximum and minimum values or positions. When a system, body or quantity is set in periodic motion or vibration, it is said to be in oscillation. A swinging pendulum, a vibrating string, or a bobbing buoy are all examples of oscillation in simple harmonic motion. However, random noise is also an oscillation since it passes through maximum and minimum values. An oscillation is said to be forced when it is in response to an excitation. Otherwise, it is called pure vibration.